Good morning, Pirates. My name is Olivia.
And my name is Natalie.
Today is Monday, November 3rd, 2025. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
You may be seated.
At Pasco Middle School, our mission is to create a learning environment to promote scholars that achieve with integrity and become lifelong learners.
Would you like to be on the morning news? You can. Just stop by during your lunch and film your segment for the topic of the month. Be sure to eat your lunch first and get permission from your lunchroom monitors.
Pirates, you may not use your cell phones, headsets, or earbuds on campus at all. After dismissal, you must wait until you're off campus to use your device.
Happening today.
Today is P-Rotation Day.
1:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. soccer practice.
6 p.m. to 8 p.m. home girls basketball game versus Skybrook at PMS.
Pirates should always dress for success. Hats and hoodies are not allowed and shoes must be worn at all times.
Pirate birthday today.
Olivia T.
Happy birthday, Pirate.
On the days the PBS store is open, you should report directly to the cafeteria, eat your lunch, and then ask your lunchroom monitor for one of the 4 PBS passes. 1 pass per person. Please do not come without a pass or with someone else who has a pass.
Today's lunch includes your choice of
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich,
turkey club sandwich,
cheese pizza,
pepperoni pizza,
egg and cheese frittata.
French toast sticks.
Stay tuned for a word from our admin.
Have a great day, Pirates.
Good morning, Pirates. Happy Monday. I hope that you had a fantastic weekend, that if you celebrate Halloween, you were safe and had fun, and that you enjoyed your extra hour as the clocks turned back this weekend. I was in Michigan. It was cold, and it's not very warm here either. So I hope you enjoyed the weather. I want to thank those of you that made cards for me in the past week, posters. I've got files and files of notes that I've been reading through, and they really mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for your kind words. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes too, just like kids do, just like other grown-ups do. But I really do want our school to be a place where you feel safe and where you want to be. Um, and I think that we're struggling with that a little bit. And I want and need your help, students and teachers, to fix that. We just have some really poor choices happening, and it's impacting the learning of other students. So I want everyone to be aware, and I announced this to staff members last week, that we are going to start removing students who are disrupting the learning of others. If you are that kid who's purposefully making it hard for other kids to learn, you're just not going to be allowed to be in your classes anymore. We're not necessarily out of school suspending you right away. You might end up with an OSS, but you're going to have an immediate consequence, and that's going to be starting very soon. So please, 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 if you don't want to be removed from your classrooms, because you have been ruining the learning of others, you want to stay with your friends, which most of you really do want to stay with your friends. And I think sometimes the behavior you show is trying to show off for your friends. Then you need to figure out how to maintain yourself in the classroom, because your job at school is to learn and not to ruin the learning for others, but really not to be here and goof around and ruin everyone else's experiences. That is not what you're here for. And so we are going to be starting that pretty quickly here. We just have a couple of kinks to work out, and then you'll have that immediate consequence coming your way. So let's do what we're supposed to do at school, which is learn. We do have progress monitoring 2 testing coming up in December. And I know, you're like, Mrs. Davis, we just started November, but we have 3 weeks of school, and then you have a week off for Thanksgiving break. So really, we have 3 weeks until we get into our second round of fast testing. And you should, at this point, be showing some gains, some learning gains. We may even see people jumping into new levels of proficiency. A lot of you held strong and maintained your ELA score from the end of last year to the beginning of this year. We're going to have your pajama passes out to you soon. But now we're looking for growth. What have you learned already this year? So you need to be thinking about what your goals are if you haven't already, where you want to go with your score. Please ignore that bell. That's the tardy bell for this morning. And make sure that you're thinking about what it is that you want to accomplish, because we will have some great incentives. Those have not been planned out yet, but they are coming your way if you show us that you have made learning gains and or maintained a proficiency level. All right, that's enough for me today. I hope everyone has had a fantastic day, has had a fantastic day so far and continues to have one. And I will see you on campus. Remember that pirates are prepared, respectful, responsible, in control, dependable, and engaged.
Pirates, it's time to settle the ultimate question. Which teacher can handle the most tattoos?
Starting November 17th during lunch, you can join the fun in our Tattoo the Teacher fundraiser.
Buy a tattoo, pick a teacher, and they will have to wear every single one on Friday, November 21st.
Small tattoos are 50 cents and full sleeve tattoos are $10. The more you buy, the wilder it gets.
Just picture Mrs. Ellis with dragons all down her arms, or Mr. Barnes covered in cartoon cats.
What about Miss Mejia with lightning bulbs, or Miss Christopher decked out in sparkly stars?
And don't forget Miss Michaelis, Senora Finete, and Miss Perez. They're all fair game.
Every tattoo counts towards teachers' bragging rights, or maybe a little friendly embarrassment.
So bring your money, grab your friends, and help turn our teachers into walking art exhibits.
It all kicks off November 17th.
Let's get ready to tattoo the teacher, pirates.